Bonus action as well. Local hope with Scotty Cardle. He's in the mix for the British title. He's up next. Let's get to the MC. John McDonough.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. 4 rounds international lightweight contest. Introducing to you, fighting out of the red corner wearing the red and white trunks and weighed in at 9 stone, 12 pounds, 6 ounces, taking part in his 58th professional contest from Bulgaria, Yordan Vasilev. And across the ring, coming to us, undefeated and fighting out of the blue corner wearing the black trunks trimmed with green and silver. He weighed in at 9 stone, 13 pounds, 3 ounces, 16 fight records, 16 wins, 4 inside the scheduled distance. Undefeated English lightweight champion from Lytham St Anne's, Scotty Cardle. Timekeeper at the bell is Andrew East. And when the bell rings and the action begins, the man in charge, the man in the middle, is Phil Edwards. This is 4 3-minute rounds in the lightweight division.
Gentlemen, you follow my instructions. When I tell you to break clean and take a step back. Watch your heads in close, touch gloves. Good luck.
Frustrating time this for Scotty Cardle. He's worked his way through to the fringes of a shot at the British title. Thought he might have had one as well. But Terry Flanagan, the champion, has changed direction. So he's on hold at the moment.
Seconds out, round 1.
And I don't think he was overly thrilled, Jim, talking to him yesterday at being back where it all started at 4 rounders. But I think his handlers have got this absolutely right. You don't want ring rust building up. So a nice 4-round workout against a fellow who always comes to fight, and who we've seen many times in a British ring, Yordan Vasilev. It'll keep Cardle's mind focused.
Yeah, I don't mind the fact that his British title fight hasn't been arranged. If it had been arranged, I wouldn't go near a fight like this, because we know his history. I've got a perfect shot.
There we go. One right hand, and that is a wipeout.
You know, I mean, the thing we used to say about Scotty was he needs to punch a little bit harder. Well, recently, his recent form has been terrific. And what will that do for his confidence? I was just about to say he cuts so often in fights, so you're always taking a chance with him, dropping him down a level when he's not maybe fully on the job. But, well, he couldn't be any more on the job than that. As a terrific punch, no question, he's punching harder. And the longer he has to wait for his British title, probably the better chance he has of winning it.
Well, I just see solid, consistent improvement in Scotty Cardle, and that right hand was wicked. And that's against a guy who's been a durable survivor down the years, who knows how to look after himself.
Yeah, well, all of Scotty's recent stoppages, which we waited a long time for, have been against people we don't expect them to be stopping, especially not as quickly as this. But that's a couple of quick finishes now. So we looked upon this really as a tool sharpener, but the good news is he's been in the gym, he's got himself ready for this. No injuries, it didn't last long enough, he didn't take a punch. And he's ready, it won't be too long till the British title is on offer for him.
Yeah, we saw him against Goodings in the challenge for the English title, and everybody thought that was a 50-50 fight. In fact, plenty of people thought Goodings, the man from the northeast, might have a good chance of that one. Cardle got him out of there inside a minute. Now he's done it again. For a guy who's got no power, he's putting together quite an impressive string of performances, Scotty Cardle. No wonder he's smiling. What was that, 30 seconds work? And I'll tell you who's not happy. The 2 prize fighter finalists. This was supposed to give them an interlude. Cardle's given them nothing.
Ladies and gentlemen, timekeeper Andrew East has recorded a time of 36 seconds of the first round. Your winner on a count out, and still undefeated, from Lytham St Anne's, Scotty Cardle.
The British lightweight scene is absolutely loaded down with talent. Kevin Mitchell is sitting ringside. We've got Anthony Crolla working with us. There are many, many others. Terry Flanagan. Some people will tell you he is the best lightweight in the country. There's a lot of talent, a lot of others bubbling under. You look at the likes of Luke Campbell, Tommy Coyle, look at Derry Matthews. What a shame his shot at a world title has gone away, but he's always dangerous. In that mix, you have to start throwing Scotty Cardle's name in there. He continues to impress, continues to move closer, but he won't get many easier nights' work than that.
Scotty, well done. Did you just take out a few months of frustration there?
Just a few months, yeah. Obviously, I was training over Christmas and New Year, hoping for a British title fight. Understand Terry got a bigger fight, so I don't blame him for taking that. So I wish him all the best for tonight and hope he does it. And then we'll see what's happening with me after that.
It was short and sweet, but was it a chance just to get back under the lights against albeit limited opposition?
See, the main objective for this fight was to get the rounds. So I'm not too happy that happened so quick. I don't think Eddie is either, but
neither are the two prize fighters backstage, I can add.
No, of course not. But no, that's done now. So I'm just on to bigger and better things now, hopefully.
Do you feel that under Joe you're planting your feet a little bit more? That's 3 stoppages in your last 4. Do you feel that you're planting your feet a little bit more now under Joe, because it's 3 in 4 now stoppages?
Yeah, well, I think it's starting to show now. Obviously, my last 2 stoppages were a big step up in class, and I said that as soon as I step up in class, you'll see my power. I think my power's starting to show now. Joe's having me planting my feet more, and it's starting to look better now, so I'm happy with that.
Will you be on the phone Monday morning to the man on your right lobbying for your British title shot?
Yeah, hopefully it's all down to him now, so hopefully sooner than later.
Eddie, can I bring you in? Just clarify the situation as you understand it with the British title scene at the moment with Terry Flanagan boxing tonight but without his title on the line.
Yeah, we're waiting. He has to defend his title by the end of March, otherwise he'll be stripped of the title. Now, talk about no one wants to fight Terry Flanagan. We do. Scott Cardle does. We were ready in January. We called their bluff. We're ready for the fight. They didn't want it. They've got another fight, albeit a big one. Fair enough. But vacate the title. Don't just let people hang around. I don't understand the value in that. So vacate the title, let Scott fight for the British title. If not, Flanagan must fight him by the end of March or he'll be stripped.
I'm just going to bring in Joe Gallagher here on a slightly different subject. We'll be packing our bags and heading out to Berlin next week. You're looking after Paul Smith in his rematch against Arthur Abraham. What's going to be different this time round in your eyes?
Paul Smith brings the world title back home on that plane to Liverpool. He's trained really well. He's in great shape. We've got to see a very intense, brutal fight that I can't see going no more than 8 rounds. Paul Smith has got to be his own judge of the night, and he needs to be. We're not got to leave it to the judges. And stick or bust for Paul Smith next Saturday night.
Champion and challenger have both said they're predicting a knockout, and that's not just for the papers, is it? Is that genuinely what you believe is going to happen?
No, that's genuine. I feel Paul Smith has to be a bit like Ricky Hatton was with Costa Tszyu. He's got to go in there, he's got to bully him, show him no respect, and go out on his shield, and not for the want of trying. We tried it last time, didn't work that way, and I think dragging Abraham into a shootout leaves Abraham more open, and for Paul, who's a good counter-puncher, to exploit him, and that's the game plan. And listen, he's got to leave it all in the ring next Saturday night.
It was George Groves in his rematch with Carl Froch that said, first time we went in believing, this time we go in knowing. So do you go in this time knowing that you can beat Arthur Abraham?
Listen, it's Paul Smith's only 2nd world title fight. Arthur Abraham thinks had 2021. He's got huge experience. He's been in a world-class fight as Andre Ward, and that it's a huge task for Paul Smith again. But he's been in this time. He's felt his power, and he knows what he needs to do this time. Doesn't say we are going to win, but we've got to give it like we did, our very best chance. And please God, everything will be all right on the night.
We'll be seeing you next week, but I'll leave the final word with Scott. Well done. And upwards.
Cardle looked like a frustrated man, wanted a bit of action.
Yeah, I don't think he'll turn down a first-round knockout in front of his home fans. He couldn't have wrote it any better than that. But it would have been nice for him to get the rounds. But one thing that's been emphasised is Scotty's lack of stoppages, but they're coming now. And I know personally through feeling the shots, he hits hard enough at lightweight. He certainly does. And it's another stoppage win, and now he rolls into a big fight for a British title.
Eddie sends out a message to Terry Flanagan, either give it up or step up, make the fight. Do you agree with him?
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, he's deserving of the British title fight, and I think proved it in there. That was meant to give him a few rounds under his belt and a little warm up, and then he finds a big shot. What we are finding with him now is early on in his career he was fighting journeymen, and they're tricky and they're awkward and they're tough, and he wasn't getting the stoppage. Now he's starting to plant his feet, he's believing in himself, he's fighting people that are starting to try and throw punches back at him, and when they do, he comes off better and gets the stoppages. So that's a good thing, because I think a little bit of inactivity to get a first round stoppage just fills you with confidence, and going into a bigger fight, a British title fight, when that comes off, he's going to be feeling much better than if he laboured in a 4-rounder. Mind you, either getting the 4 rounds on his belt, but doing that quick first round knockout just makes you feel like it's coming together.
stablemate of yours and Scotty's. A big night next Saturday for the Smith family and Paul Smith up in Birmingham.